Hi, it's Sally from Bandits, and congratulations on buying your upper limb kit. What you should have is 3 different resistance strengths, your handles, your ankle straps, and a door jamb. So I'm going to go over 5 different exercises for you, 3 using the ankle straps and 2 using the door jamb. So we're going to start off with a bicep curl. So I've got my ankle straps on nice and tight, and I'm using my green band today. So feet about shoulder width. Think about stacking your spine, so your hips are back a little bit, and rib cage over the pelvis. We're going to then exhale and draw the arms up and forwards. Now, got my arms away from the body a little bit, so that I've got to use my shoulder support to pull the arms up, and I'm not looking like this. We're going to then just change the vector a little bit. And by that, I mean we're going to pull the arms here on diagonal patterns. We're then going to come to the side. Now, when you work to the side, just remember to keep your hands in your peripheral vision and don't take them back behind you too far. So we have a forwards, we've got a diagonal, we've got a side, and repeat forwards. And the whole time here, whenever we do arm work, we want to think of the shoulder blades remaining wide and settle down onto the rib cage. So you can actually feel your lats working with this one as well. Our next exercise, we're going to come down onto the floor into half kneeling. So when you're doing this at home, you might want some extra padding. So we've got one knee down and one up, and we're doing an overhead press. Now, there are a couple of different ways you could do this. At the moment, I've got it underneath the armpit and the handle in my thumb web. And we're going to push in a diagonal line up and away from us. Again, keeping the shoulder down away from the ankle. Away from my hip. There we go. So the shoulder blade drips down towards your back pocket. Now, the second variation, you could pop it around like this. And this is a wider motion. So the arm this time comes around and wide to the side. So we have that motion versus that motion. Both of them are an overhead press. So you can easily do, let's say, 10 repetitions with this one, and then just flip the handle around and do 10 repetitions this way. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit further, you can always take your weight forwards and come into a tiny lunge hover. So we're just hovering the knee off the ground and then continuing with our variations of overhead press. And that's going to challenge the legs a little bit more as well. So into our third exercise. Pop the mat back. I'm going to stand in quite a wide position here, and the body weight is just going to be transferring from right to left, like this. I'm going to be holding on the handle, and this one comes in and on top. And we're going to have a diagonal twisting motion happening with the band. So we take our weight, transition. And we have a push-pull happening with the arms and a nice twisting motion transferring right to left. Think of your rib cage rotating around to the opposite pelvis. And then we can literally just pick up, hand in, hand in. So we've got a push and a pull. Rotate, coming back. Good, nice and rhythmic. So that is our twisting motion. Now, I'm just going to unclip these. We're going to look at 2 exercises now that you could use with your door jamb once it's been closed in the door. I'm going to show you today using these ankle straps as a tether. So this is how I use it when I'm training my clients in the park. I wrap the ankle strap around some fencing, which is outside, and then I attach the bands to that. So quite simply, we can just clip them on, and you can have as many on the strap as you want to. Because I'm going to work a little harder here, I'm just going to move on to the blue bands. There we go. And I'm going to come into a pulling pattern. So always check that it is secure before you start doing things. Now, pulling pattern, standing with feet wide, in what's called an athletic ready stance, arms extended. I'm going to then draw the shoulder blades in, pull, and then slowly release. Pulling in, release. Pulling in, and release. So the shoulder blades squeeze together and also have a sense of traveling down. So you're working the lats here and the muscles in between the shoulder blades. Just watch out when you're doing stuff here that you're not just leaning with the band, you're actually anchoring yourself, remaining stacked, and then using your arms. A little progression here, we could add a twist in. So we could have pull, twist, pull, twist. So again, working our rotation pattern. Quite simply, we're then just going to pop around. And we're going to come into a push pattern. Now I'm going to just come into what's called an offset stance. So my feet are together. I move one forward, so it's just a footprint. Band again is under. And then going to push and return. Might need to shuffle back a bit. Pushing, return in. Pushing, and again we want to maintain our stack so we don't see leaning into the band. We are solid on our feet, pushing the band away, coming back. And again, using the shoulder blades to work with this movement. This also can come into a push and twist. So alternating here, almost like a boxing motion. Okay, so those are just 2 examples of exercises you can use when you've got it tethered somewhere in the house, maybe on your balcony, or if you're using the door jamb. Enjoy your upper limb kit, and I hope you enjoy moving. Okay, so we're just going to have a tiny little lesson on how to use the door anchor. This will be if you're training at home or in a studio where you can't tether to anything else using the ankle strap. So we want to choose a door that opens away from us. We're going to put the fat loop or the fat donut through, close the door securely, and have a tug here on the strap. Now you've got 2 options. You can clip your kit directly into the loops here, give it a tug again, and then you're good to go with your work here. Or alternatively, you can loop in your ankle strap through the hoop, and again make sure that the Velcro is securely tied, then that'll give you a little bit more room as well. So I've got now my ankle strap on the loop, and then I can work here. You can also pop this in the top of the door. So we open, pop it around, close the door, and then give it again a tug so it's nice and secure. And that means then I can do some high to low work within the house setting if I want to. Now, you want to have a door that opens away from you so you can have the force coming in. Be careful with doors that open towards you, because we could lock in, and then as we pull, the door opens and the kit comes out as well. So this is how we can use the Bandits product if we're training inside. Hopefully a little bit more room than I have in this corridor. Enjoy your kit.